Tristan and Jess from East Leeds. How does it feel for me? June 2022. What health professionals have you had contact with since we last met in March?
Psychologist at the LGI. She got in touch. She's like our new person who's come into the mix. I mean, we've only had like two appointments so far. So we didn't hear anything for ages, but because I've just been sending emails off of our struggles, she sort of got onto it with him.
How has communication been with health professionals?
She comes across really gentle, and the way she speaks to Tristan as well, that communication. She's listened to me, I think, for the first time ever. I actually sat down with Tristan in the room and we worked back in our timeline of our journey. And she seems very open to looking back, not just from the point of issues started, but looking way, way back to how he was before that. That seems really positive. She's willing to look that far back to see if it's caused by something else.
How has coordination of Tristan's care been?
So his care, as far as I know, the neurologist has a bit of care. The psychologist does a bit. As a parent, I haven't been told that actually his psychologist has told X, Y and Z that she is now seeing him. That communication hasn't come across to me in a letter or anything.
Have you had any further support as a carer?
Yeah, I think it was Scope I spoke to, who support families with special need children, and Snaps as well. And they've been really nice. The Scope lady, she rung me 2 days ago to check in and just like go, how are things, how are things? Do you need any further support? So that was really nice. And they do a counselling sessions for parents at a very, very low cost. So I had my first session 2 weeks ago, and I must say, it's better than I thought.
How could professionals deliver services in a way that was more understanding of your individual circumstances?
I think, more check-ins. I do think it's that checking in with families and the people who are struggling with the illnesses. Because I think if you have that check-in process, is that an opportunity to pick up things like mental health of the parents and the young people?
What one thing about Tristan's care did you really value this month?
I think it would have to be the secretaries of the consultant. Now, there was 2 secretaries who have left the NHS, and one of them rung to say she was leaving and she didn't want to leave me in the lurch or anything like that. She could have hundreds and hundreds of cases, but she's taken that time to actually go, I'm leaving, I'm not going to be that point of contact anymore. So I think that's what I've really valued this month.
If you could have changed one thing to make your experience better, what would it be?
Just a wider range of support, support for Tristan. I think in general it's just that having that network where you feel listened to, and whether that's once in a while some having a meeting with some professionals and going, right, how are things? So I do think, especially if it's consultant and those high care professionals, then I do think there needs to be some sort of responsibility of checking in with their patients.
Thanks to Jess for sharing Tristan's story. Produced by Healthwatch Leeds in collaboration with Chu Yu Jiao.